Manchester United are on the verge of securing a fresh addition between the sticks, as Senne Lammens edges closer to a move from Royal Antwerp to Old Trafford. The Belgian goalkeeper's absence from Antwerp's squad in their Pro League clash against Mechelen has only fueled speculation that a deal is imminent. The Red Devils manager, Rubenamorim, has already underlined the necessity of introducing greater competition in goal. Since arriving from Inter Milan in the summer of 2023, Andre Onana has often found himself under the microscope, particularly following a series of high-profile errors that have unsettled both the terraces and the punditry. Altay Baynder, drafted in as understudy, has likewise not escaped criticism. His recent performance against Arsenal came under severe scrutiny after Ricardo Calafiore's decisive strike was attributed in large part to a mistake from the Turkish international. Such costly lapses have sharpened the urgency for Manchester United to strengthen this department. In response, the club have acted swiftly. Reports from Belgium and England suggest that United are prepared to meet Antwerp's valuation of approximately £17.3 million for Lammens. The player's omission from Antwerp's weekend squad is widely being interpreted as a strong indicator that negotiations are at an advanced stage. Against Mechelen, it was Yannick Tholen who started between the posts, with new recruit Taisha Brandon Nozawa occupying a place on the substitutes bench. That left no room for Lammens, and speculation about his departure has inevitably gathered pace. Should the move go through, United would suddenly find themselves with 4 senior goalkeepers on their books. However, Amorim has sought to quash suggestions that Lammens' arrival would necessarily trigger departures. The Portuguese manager insisted that the club's recruitment strategy was not a case of direct replacements. This is not about one player leaving and another coming in, Amorim explained when pressed on the matter. We are not waiting for someone to exit before bringing in reinforcements. That is not the approach. He went on to clarify that some of the players mentioned were not considered part of the full training group at present, suggesting that their standing within the squad is somewhat different from the first-team regulars. In his view, the addition of Lammens would not fundamentally alter the balance of the team. The pursuit of Lammens forms part of a wider summer rebuild under Amorim's stewardship. United have already dipped into the market for several eye-catching signings, including Benjamin Eko, Brian Bumo, Mateus Cunha, and Diego Leon. Each has been earmarked to add dynamism and depth to a side seeking to re-establish itself among England's elite. Amorim expressed his confidence that the squad is considerably more robust than it was 12 months ago. He pointed to a marked improvement in the data collected on the players, noting significant gains in speed of reaction, strength in challenges, and defensive positioning. From the start of this season, you can see a consistency that was missing before, the United boss remarked. The tempo has improved, particularly in midfield. Even Casemiro is playing at a different rhythm now, and that makes an enormous difference to how we control matches. For Lammens, should the transfer be finalized, the opportunity would be immense. At just 22 years of age, the Belgian custodian would be stepping into one of the most scrutinized positions in world football. The challenge of competing with Onana and Baynder promises to be as daunting as it is enticing. For Onana, the arrival of a new challenger could prove the jolt he requires. After an inconsistent debut campaign in Manchester, he is under pressure to show the authority and reliability that convinced United to secure his signature from Serie A giants Inter. Healthy competition, Amorim believes, is the surest route to improvement. Baynder too will be closely watching developments. The Turkish international has had limited opportunities to make his case, but the spotlight that followed his mistake against Arsenal was a reminder of how unforgiving the Premier League stage can be. Lammens' presence would no doubt intensify the battle for game time. Ultimately, if the transfer proceeds as expected, Manchester United will have significantly bolstered their options in one of the game's most pivotal positions. With Amorim seeking to build a side capable of challenging on multiple fronts, the addition of Lammens may prove another important step in reshaping the club's fortunes. The transfer saga surrounding Manchester United forward Rasmus Sklund and his potential move to Napoli appears to be reaching its conclusion. According to reports from Sky Sport Italia, negotiations between the two clubs have accelerated in recent days, with both parties intent on finalizing an agreement before the close of business today. Transfer specialist Gianluca Di Marzio has suggested that Napoli are now on the cusp of securing the deal, having identified the Danish striker as the ideal replacement for Romelu Lukaku, who faces a lengthy spell on the sidelines following a serious thigh injury expected to keep him out for more than 3 months. For Napoli, the acquisition of Hjulund has been regarded as a priority throughout the summer window. Football Italia previously reported that the Partenopi were prepared to table a proposal consisting of an initial loan arrangement, tied to a compulsory purchase clause worth €45 million, should certain conditions be met. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, that obligation would be triggered if Napoli were to secure qualification for next season's Champions League, a clause that underlines the seriousness with which the Italian champions are approaching this pursuit, and their belief in Hjulund's capacity to fill the void left by Lukaku. Hjulund, of course, is no stranger to Serie A. The 21-year-old striker enjoyed a breakthrough campaign with Atalanta during the 2022-23 season, scoring 9 goals in 32 appearances before earning his move to Old Trafford. That experience in Italy is expected to smooth his reintroduction to the league and may prove crucial as he attempts to settle swiftly into a side with lofty ambitions. His physicality, pace, and directness have often drawn comparisons with Erling Haaland, though Napoli will be counting on him to develop a clinical edge in front of goal that can sustain their attacking output in Lukaku's absence. Intriguingly, Napoli's charm offensive has extended beyond formal negotiations. Reports from Corriere dello Sport reveal that Scott McTominay, now a key figure in the Partenopi midfield following his move from Manchester United last year, has played a personal role in encouraging Hjulund to join him at the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona. McTominay, who has flourished in Italy and was even crowned Serie A's most valuable player last season, is understood to have phoned his former teammate over the weekend in an effort to sell him the vision of Napoli's project and the appeal of life in southern Italy. Napoli did initially encounter complications over the striker's wage demands, with reports suggesting Hjulund had sought a salary in the region of €6.5 million per annum during talks with AC Milan earlier in the summer, a figure that was deemed excessive by the Neapolitan hierarchy. However, the latest indications suggest that the two sides have now found common ground on financial terms, paving the way for an agreement that could see one of Denmark's brightest young talents return to Italian football. Should the deal be finalized, it would represent both a major coup for Napoli and a significant chapter in Hjulund's burgeoning career. Should the transfer be completed, Hjulund's arrival would not only reinforce Napoli's immediate attacking options but also highlight the club's growing reputation for attracting young, high-profile talents from across Europe. Much like their successful recruitment of Victor Osimhen in 2020, the Partenopi are once again demonstrating their willingness to invest in potential as well as proven quality, a strategy that has become emblematic of their modern project under Aurelio De Laurentiis.